snow fell overnight. It's wet snow. It's going to be gone by probably by noon. There was much more snow where I live, and guess what? This makes it a beautiful day because I have to do some work on the roof, and the roof is on another city at a higher elevation. So I expect at that elevation to have like 20 centimeters of snow. That's my expectation. But like I said, the weather is going to improve a bit, or it'll get warmer, and by noon probably all that snow is gone. See, I'm driving from snow to some mist, then fog. It's a big area, and you have different weather systems. Try to clean the car as best as I could, but there are some spots on the roof where I need to use a ladder, and I'm late a bit for work, a bit. Of course, there are people who have the ability to clean up their cars, but it's like, okay, it's fine. See, I'm going a higher elevation just a bit. It's like 20 meters higher. There is more snow. The winters in Vancouver are like a joke for me. Why? Because I have a different reference point. I came from a different place where winter is winter, or we call that winter. And when I compare it to people who have different reference points, they think, okay, is that season when it's getting a bit cold, like those guys in Texas, California, or something, Mexico. Yeah, it's getting a bit cold, but what's that snow? What? Yeah, I think I saw that on TV, the snow. It would be cool to get some snow in my area here in Texas. Now why I'm recording this is just some image driving through city. It's mostly for those who are curious about Vancouver. See, some idiots are driving. This is like a 90 an hour he does. Those who think of moving to Vancouver or to this area, like when you're looking for a partner, like a life partner, like a boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, you are not trying to make or create some bad emotions. You are trying to feel good. That's why that's your goal. It's how to feel good in life and your activities and stuff. And you are going to seek certain activities and people around that give you emotion that makes you feel good. And in your search, in your hunting, you either know from your experience what gives you those feelings, or you are told, look at that jerk who's driving like an idiot and is so close. So, and he is trying to push the traffic, and he did certain things earlier, trying to bully other people in traffic, and he's trying to go around. He's trying to go around. Is this idiot? I have to keep distance, because if he causes an accident, then I get into... And what they do, let me see, if it's a single occupancy vehicle, like a one person in a car, probably a young dude, full of testosterone. I can see it's a male. But could be a female, like a testosterone imbalanced female. I've seen so many driving around. Yeah, so they're those people hunting for the good feeling, and they know certain type of activity, certain type of people they are looking, and they know that's the person type or the activity type or the place that give me a good feeling, maybe a surge of dopamine. And since they are looking for that feeling, they are not going to pick a certain, let's say, mixes, like a person that has also some bad traits, or a car that is costly on maintenance, or maybe a house that requires lots of maintenance. So he's going HOV, even he is alone on the highway. Probably his wife is pregnant, is giving birth, and he's trying to push the traffic. Yeah, so if you are focused on moving to a certain city, you don't want to wreck the experience, to listen to people or advices, or pay attention to information that would wreck that experience. You want the best good feeling when in your hunt, in your search. So those who plan to move to Vancouver, they would not pay attention to videos like this, like okay, how is traffic in Vancouver, how is weather in Vancouver. No, they pay attention to videos or information or stories about how nice it is to live in Vancouver, right? Because they want a complete experience, a good feeling experience. And what happens later, well, who cares? Lots of people don't think of consequences about what could happen later, about future, anything like that. Everyone is different, right? But there are a number of people who do their research and they want to learn, okay, what I'm getting into. Some people overdo it, like especially women who are anxious, who overthink. Oh yes, I love that guy or I like that guy, but I want to check him online, see what other people are saying or what he did online, what he did in the past. So they put some brakes or they wreck the experience from the beginning. So myself here, I just post what I noticed and maybe I'll give you my perspective. Vancouver, it's a beautiful place to live. It's very expensive if you can afford, if you can make enough money to make a living. And of course there are people, hundreds of thousands of people who bought homes here. And of course there are probably majority of them are living in debt, which is okay. North American continent was built like that. You own something that's not yours, but it's not yours actually. It's like the banks and the big guys, the big money people. It's sunny to the west is really nice. It's sunny. Here it's low cloud. So it's a way of living in debt, with lots of debt. People don't really care about, and it's kind of a state of nation. If the country is owing other countries or the International Monetary Fund or to other type of organization owing billions and billions of dollars in debt, then the followers, the nation, people who follow the leaders and they look at the leaders, you know what, that's kind of nice snow, yes. That's kind of a trend, that's okay, you know. What's the big deal? The country probably will never pay the debt. The banks might take my house, but that's okay. They can't take so many houses from so many people are owing them money, right? If the banks want the money back right away, okay, but they take like 50,000 houses of people who did not pay. Now you have the bank trying to sell those things to recover the assets, and the bank, no, you know what, I'm not going to be stupid trying to do that. So put people in a misery. They do that once in a blue moon to set kind of an example. But they won't flood the market with homes because they know how is the housing market, how long it takes for a bank to sell a home at a lower price. And let's say for the time being, for a month or 2 or 5 months or whatever, they are stuck with stuff they cannot sell, because the more stuff you put on the market, let's say you have now a large number of houses popping up on the market. Now you flood the market as a bank. You flood the market, and you have hard time to sell. I mean, you may make some sales because it's cheaper for the buyers. Yeah, so that's with Vancouver. If you can afford to live here, if you make, let's say you are with a partner and you both make decent money, yes, that's a beautiful place to live. If you are not an outdoor person, if you're not a party person, you will get bored. It's like, okay, I've been to Hawaii 2 times. First time it was wow, like I want to go back again. You go second time. Okay, I've seen this. I saw that. That's cool. It's interesting. Okay. Oh yeah. We found some new stuff. Then it gets boring, and maybe a month later, oh yeah, I think someone found this place. All right, it's cool. Let's see. Let's check it out. And slowly you figure that, okay, it's like a big rock, like an island that made of volcanic lava, and it's not much new for you to see. So as human, you need growth. If you don't grow, you can't stagnate. You go down, you decline, and you turn towards death. Same thing here, Vancouver. Vancouver is a larger city, and you can explore, you can drive around. But you have to have the desire. If you are an indoor person and you get bored a year later or 2 years, so you've seen the attractions, you've seen the cool stuff, the points of interest of the city, because that makes most people come to visit Vancouver. And then you think, okay, I'm done. I put that one in my bag, and it's my time to take a break or something. And once you do that, you set the boredom. And you could become like one of these old people. So I'm going to a place where see, it's a retirement home. Like old people are retiring here. That's their last place. I don't think many of these people are moving out unless they run out of money. If they run out of money and if they cannot pay rent. See, senior homes. I see senior woman being fed. So she has some sort of a stuff around her neck. I don't know how you call that thing. Like you use for babies. And she looked healthy but very old. And she's being fed or something. Or maybe she feed herself. I don't know. And most of these big, large buildings here are for seniors, because this is an area where people who can afford, because this area it's an expensive one, and people who can afford move in when they get older, or they move out of their house, they sell their houses, and they make enough money to afford to live like a $3,000, $5,000 a month, to afford to live in this type of buildings until they die. And this is a place, it's a mall, a shopping mall. It's an old and kind of a basic shopping mall. When I go around, full of old people. Old people trying to kill time. Now, if your dream is different, And you may not reach that level of wealth to be able to afford to move into this type of homes, like a home care type of facility. So in any case, I let you go. That was my drive to a customer. And yes, my advice, my piece of advice, if you are not an outdoor type of person, if you don't love adventures, if you don't love to travel, because this place is huge, the Vancouver area is huge, and the surrounding mountains and area, if you are not one of those, and if you don't make enough money, then Vancouver is not for you. It's very expensive. It's, like I said, like a type of Hawaii. And maybe it's a bit cheaper than Hawaii. But if you're not adventurous, then you just live here, survive here, pay rent if you can't afford to buy anything. And if you don't explore the outdoors, if you don't explore the adventures, then you live a boring life watching Netflix the whole day long. Okay, you take care of yourself. Bye bye. Make good choices, wise choices. Bye.